Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you click like and subscribe and also click on the little bell, you'll be notified when videos are uploaded. So I want to preface this with saying that when I go into a reading type of situation for politics, my personal belief is that my readings will be more accurate if I have a neutral zone. So I'm always in a neutral zone. I don't attach to any political party, nothing. I have to be in a neutral zone for these, and I am. So what you will not hear when I do political posts is that, spewing hatred at anybody. That's not allowed on my channel. So this is just my interpretation of what the card's saying looks like is going to happen. That's what my channel is about, because we all have to come together on this in the end. So this is just information, and I appreciate that if you understand that, from where I come from. All right, so President Trump, now, he ordered the attack on a general, and that was done, and the general is deceased now. So Iran has now retaliated with these missiles sent. Fortunately, during the address that he said, there was no loss of lives. In his address, he's asked NATO to step up, and he's put some sanctions on. And so now we're left with the question, now what? Now what is going to happen? Because we have a country that is potentially or allegedly, they have said they're going to retaliate to us. And we don't know what that's going to look like. We do know what it looked like right now is that they sent some missiles, okay? However, are they going to do any more? So we have to ask very specific questions to the cards about what the future of this is going to be. So that being said, I'm going to ask the cards, what concerns do we as a country and citizens of this country have to have regarding any potential retaliation from this country regarding the death of their general, okay? And that I'm just going to pull some cards and see kind of what the cards show us. Now, this is the Magician, okay? So I'm gonna, sometimes I don't have enough room here. I got to figure out to get more room. So we have the Magician here, all right? But I'm going to pull some more because we want to know about what else, that maybe we as a country need to prepare for. So I'll pull maybe 3 or 4 cards, and then we'll just start reading them. I don't read reversed cards ever. I have always read just upright. So that is what I will continue doing. I think that's all I'm going to pull on this. All right. So the first thing we have here is the Magician, where the country we have all the tools that we need, for this potential threat. We have all the tools that we need out on the table. So the Magician indicates that that we're trying to come up with solutions, but notice there's a snake on his belt. So he's got a snake on his belt. So there's a little bit of manipulation going on here. We don't know exactly what that looks like right now, but it looks like there could be some manipulation going on. This is like all movement forward. So this is like there's going to be some movement or aggression. This can be the aggression, and look at the foreign land in the background. Some aggression coming at us, okay? So this is some aggression coming at us. And then we have the Temperance. And this is other land with the foreign lands. So this could be that we are so we've been asked to step off or get out of the country. They've asked us, they voted on it. Iraq voted to expel American troops. This could be literally us possibly leaving and going down a different path. And then here's the crown. That would be the leaders making the decision to, send us down a path or a way. I feel a little bit better that the sun is up because there's some kind of a wall here, which means there's a block. This is a block or a wall of protection. Now, this doesn't have to be a physical wall, like building a physical wall. This can be just having protection in place, some kind of protection in place so that people feel safe. The thing that this card brings up is there's something hidden that we don't know about. So there's something hidden. We're not sure what this is going to look like because maybe it's not formed enough for us to make, you know, the cards to make a determination of what this is. So this is the grief card. Countries grieving their loss. So, you know, there's opportunities here behind them for how they're going to totally react to this, but I don't think they quite know yet. So, I want to ask if the country is in any kind of danger anywhere in this country, on our soil, from this event happening. Are we in any kind of imminent danger from this happening? So I'm just going to use this card here. Oh man, why do we have to have towers? There's towers, and there's somebody with a weapon. So I'm going to pull this aside because I want to pull another card with this, maybe even 3. I feel like I'm going to pull 3 cards with this, okay? So I'm going to pull the 3. Nope, now I got to do 4 because that one, I have to have one after that. Oh, now I got to do 5. Oh gosh, now I got to do 6. All right. So we're going to do these one at a time. So the first card, Page of Swords. I'm a little nervous of the fact that there's towers here. And there's somebody with a weapon. So that makes me nervous after 9/11. I think we all get nervous like this. And then here's a group. And they're watching. The group is like, we're being watched. So the country is being watched. Confusion. We have a snake. Castle. We have a snake. So this also tells me, I don't know if you can see this. Sometimes there's a glare here. We also have a mask. So that usually means that they're just not, we don't know who's behind this mask. Like they're covered up, they're disguised, kind of disguised. Then we have the Judgment. And this to me feels like being judged, you know, when you're being judged. So we're in a major judgment, the country is, about what has gone on. And that means whether you think it's right or wrong doesn't matter. We're being judged by that country. Our country is judging itself. There's just a lot of judgment going on, which is putting people in kind of like closed belief systems. And we're not like looking at the full picture. So we're not seeing the full picture of what's going on here. And then here's a leader from foreign land. This looks like foreign land. And he's very focused on us, very focused on the country. So what will be the end result for our country of this foreign leader being focused on us? What will be the end result for our country? Oh my God, then we got another leader. This is like a battle of leaders. And overseas leaders. More than one leader. So more than one leader. This is, so I have to keep going here. I'll just keep going. So our hands are going to be tied. And this is not good. This is the 9 of Swords. So this is not going to be good. So there's going to be something happen to where we're not going to have the control that we think we had from whatever they are going to do. We're not going to be prepared. We're not going to be prepared for what happens. We're not going to be prepared for what these foreign leaders have in mind for us. So what do we have to do then? What do we have to do? I feel like it's this card right here. What do you think that is? Oh man, I did not want to pick that card. Folks, there's going to be loss here. This is bloodshed, loss. This could be the war. We're kind of at the hands of these foreign leaders. These foreign leaders. These two cards, these two leaders are going to determine what happens or what action is taken. And this is, we're not going to be like really prepared. I don't feel like we're going to be prepared. I think it's going to be multiple waves, multiple sources, multiple places, multiple things. And this is like loss, huge, not the biggest loss. I mean, this is 3 of Swords versus if it was a major card, that would be, it's a 3 of Swords. It's going to be a loss. So what else do we have to know? This is interesting. What else do we have to know? We don't know. Whenever you get the 8 of Wands, we don't have the full picture. See, we only have half the wands. So this could also represent more missiles, right? It could be additional missiles because things that fly. This is things that fly. This could be to watch airplanes, watch out for like airplanes because anything that flies, but also that we don't, the rest of the wands here, we don't know. The cards are indicating that we don't know exactly because maybe they haven't anchored exactly in their plans. So as you and I sitting here as just citizens, sometimes I like to ask very unusual decks, decks that I normally don't read with, because sometimes that offers me just a little different insight because of the artwork. So I'm going to ask this deck, what is it that the average citizen watching this needs to know? The Hierophant. This is usually the government, the large structure card. I have to apologize for the glare. I've got to get a better camera angle in here. So this is definitely like the government situation, okay? So we're relying on our government to keep us safe and happy, okay? So we're relying on the decisions of our government to keep us safe. That's the 10 of Cups, safe and happy in our homes, so that we can feel safe and happy in our homes. And then we get the Hangman. So we're kind of, remember that bondage card that came up before where the hands were tied together? Well, we're kind of chained to this situation now. We are chained to experience what the decisions that our government makes. We're chained to the reactions and things that happen in this country. We're by this government decisions. We're chained up. Literally, there's nothing we can do about the government decisions in this, okay? So it's important to keep that in mind. And the 10 of Pentacles, there's some kind of money involved in this. So that's like money going out. See, opening the chest and the money going out. So there is a financial aspect to this entire situation. And we got the 9 of Swords again. That's where in the other deck, that's where the hands were bound. So we keep getting the 9 of Swords. This is a heads up, and I don't believe in scaring people. That's not my point at all, is to scare people. But sometimes I think we need to be alert, and we need to pay attention, to the decisions that are made. We do have to have a voice in that somehow, because this is a card about not being able to sleep at night. And because of worry. This is worry. This is the card that Americans, for maybe the first time in a long time, are actually going to feel a sense that maybe we should be worried. Maybe we should be worried, okay? This is the Star card. That was my pointer that fell down. Things happen during these videos and you just got to go with the flow. This is the Star card. So this actually says, hold on, don't, be aware, be smart, but don't hang out into the point where you have anxiety over something you can't control. So the Star card indicates that hold on to your hopes and dreams, and don't let all the negative events bring you down or bring you to a state of worry. We have to just rely on soul leadership and what these leaders work out, because this is another king. So this is a big message that, you know, these leaders are going to be figuring this out, and we're going to have a certain amount of trust. Or if we don't have trust, we just have to know, this is the justice card, okay? Like justice will be done, will be served. And sometimes the only justice that you really want to experience is one of having peace. Okay, because in this case, the justice card isn't really watching what's going on, which I find is interesting. However, the scales are balanced. So what I'm going to say is I'm not going to go into worry mode. I am going to pay attention more. You know, I'm just going to pay attention to what's going on and just stay tuned, but I'm going to sleep at night. I'm not going to be worried. And this is kind of out of our control. The justice card is a good thing. I mean, it just means that there needs to be a balance to this whole situation. And so my words to you is, you know, I'm not going to be worried about this, but let's stay on top of it. Let's voice, you know, we do have a voice. I think we have a voice yet. And, you know, we'll voice out to our people, our senators, or whoever we feel that will need to hear our voice, you know, if we do have concerns about some of the decisions that are being made. The justice card is that the truth of this will come out and justice will be served. And so whether that's good or bad, it's justice. So I'm not going to attach a theory to that, or, you know, this is good and this is bad. Justice is justice. And so thank you for listening. And if you noticed any details in those cards that maybe I missed, because the cards give tremendous hints. And sometimes I flip and move on to the cards quickly when I'm doing these videos. And you might say, Melanie, in this card, I noticed this. And bring that out to me, because your insights are very important. Let's try to keep this non-hateful comments. Like, don't leave any hate-spewing comments, because nobody benefits by that. There's absolutely nothing benefited from that. So in this situation, let's pool our energy together and say, okay, what do we have to do here? What does it look like is happening? And gain our insights from that, and, you know, sticking together as a human race. Thanks for being on my channel.